Welcome back, everyone. This is a manga review of the second arc of One Piece. I almost said something else, but yes, it's One Piece. And I am reviewing the Alabaster Arc. Now, I had some hit or misses with the East Blue Arc. And those hit or misses are still kind of in Alabasta a little bit, but like it felt better. Like the first East Blue Arc, I gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars. I just wasn't really feeling it. This one's slightly better, so there's that. I think my favorite parts of it, before I go into this, I just want to say spoiler warning to anyone that hasn't read One Piece or watched it. So the only parts I actually really liked, this might be a hot take, but actually I don't even think it is. I feel like a lot of people can agree. I actually liked all the parts with Zoro in it. I think the whiskey fight with Zoro versus the 100 Men was pretty cool. It wasn't as wild. I feel like in the show, it was way better in the show than it was in the manga. Granted, the manga did a lot of, had a lot of scenes for it, which was pretty cool, but I feel like the anime did a better job with it. I'm sure it has. Usually the anime does for those kind of impactful scenes when it comes to cool manga panels. As though I did like that scene a lot. I think it was really cool, and it just makes me like Zoro more. Like currently of all the Straw Hat Gang, Zoro's my favorite, and then Nami is right behind him. I still don't like Luffy. I am trying so hard to be open-minded. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Luffy. I think it's just because he's like, I get like Luffy how he is supposed to be as a character, but it's really hard for me to back up him when like there's a serious scene and he just takes it as a joke and it's just so dumb. Like he legit drinks stupid juice way too much throughout this whole thing, and it bothers me so much. And I'm not even that deep into it. I'm hoping that he grows, because usually I'm used to that with the shonen MCs where they start out kind of like stupid and then eventually they don't become stupid. So I'm assuming Luffy will also follow that path. So that's why I'm not trying to critique it too much, because I'm just used to it with shonen characters in general. Like Naruto was like that, Goku was like that, Ichigo was kind of like that. They're all like that, and that's why I'm like, I'm used to it. So yeah, but still, that part kind of does annoy me. It's just, I don't know. I just, it's like a little rant I'm doing about shonen MCs, but it's like it's the same formula every time. I'm just kind of annoyed with it. Anyways, though, so that's like one of my complaints with One Piece so far, and that's like my complaint with a lot of shonen shows in general, is they do this. So it bothers me. But I have a hard time with this, and I was told that this is kind of normal, but I don't like Usopp at all. I've been trying to get to like him, but it bothers me that everyone else is like all in to help fight anything, and Usopp acts like he wants to, but then he just chickens out completely every single time. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. People are like putting their faith and their hope into you that you're going to also help fight. But you are always a chicken. If it's just him, he's going to dip out. But he's like, every time he's always with someone that's actually going to be there. So I guess that's the only thing you can do, which is just kind of annoying. I just don't like Usopp that much. So Sanji's also hit or miss with me still. I get that he's like a simp, so I assume he's gonna grow more into not being a simp. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of things I'm seeing in this that I'm used to seeing in other animes that they do grow out of it, so I'm cool with it. Like all the characters, I'm gonna like nitpick which ones I just don't like work with me currently. Sanji's fine. Usopp I don't really like. Luffy I still don't really like. But I do like Nami, and I really like Zoro. Zoro's probably my favorite, and I feel like that's pretty normal. Like a lot of people like Zoro. But the other thing I really liked about this arc is Crocodile. Dude, like my biggest complaint about the East Blue arc was you got to have Luffy fight Arlong, and it was never taken seriously. Like the whole time, the rest of the crew was just sitting there like, yeah, Luffy can do it. We're not worried. And I'm like, why though? Yes, I didn't assume Luffy would die or anything because there's like 100 other volumes. But like to me, like first time reading, I'm like, so I shouldn't be worried about Luffy at all. Like it really bothered me a lot through that aspect. But when Luffy actually fights Crocodile, like Luffy gets his ass kicked every single time, and that was really cool to watch. It was just nice that, oh, this villain's actually like a legit threat, and I enjoyed that a lot. Like, holy crap, this was so cool. Like, Crocodile was actually a pretty cool character, and the aspect of what he was doing throughout this whole arc was very cool. Like, I enjoyed that. I think Crocodile was a very interesting character, and I think the names are just so odd. Like, you have like Miss Wednesday, and then you got like number 8 and stuff like that. I was like, interesting. This is just so out of the norm. But I think my one thing I was wondering how it was going to happen, because I didn't know when they would get to the Grand Line, and they did in this arc. And I kind of assumed they might eventually. It would. I just didn't know when. And now I'm like, okay. So now they're finally there. And my other thought is, I wonder if they're going to do a bunch of devil fruits. Like, who else is going to be doing the devil fruits? So that was my other thought, and they really do. Like, it seems like everyone that they were fighting all had the devil fruit, which was an interesting ploy. And I don't want to forget, but we do get to meet Chopper. Sorry, I don't know why I said Choppa, but Chopper, which is actually really cool. Everyone talks about how cool Chopper is, so I was like, I can't wait to meet him. And we finally do, and I did not expect that to be Chopper. I didn't expect him to be a reindeer at all. Like, that just blew my mind. I didn't mind that little arc with Chopper. Yeah, I didn't mind the arc with Chopper. I think it was fine. It was just, I don't know, it felt like it was kind of dragging on a little too long in that part, but I felt like that was like almost the weakest part about it all, except for Chopper's like backstory. But I feel like I'm seeing a thing where all of the characters all have a sad backstory, and like Luffy's like the magnet, and they all just come to him because he doesn't see any flaws in them. And I kind of get that now, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, Luffy brings all these people together. And to me, I'm like, that's a pretty normal thing when I watch shonen shows, because it's like the main character usually does bring everyone together somehow or some way. But I like to see that aspect where you got to meet Chopper. That was cool. And I knew you're supposed to meet Robin in this. So when we met Miss All Sunday, I believe, I'm like, that looks like Robin. And mind you, I only know Robin with longer hair. And I kept staring. I'm like, dude, that looks like Robin. But I'm like, maybe it won't be Robin. Maybe we'll meet her in Alabasta. And I was kind of right, because we do kind of meet her there too. And then they call her Nico Robin. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was right. But I did question it, because I was like, why is she named this? I didn't know who Robin was hardly. I just, like I said, I saw pictures of her. So that was that. And the other thing is, we got to meet Ace. And all I know is everyone loves Ace. Sadly, I know what happens to Ace eventually in One Piece. So like, when I got to meet him, I don't know. It's gonna have to really work to get me to like really like Ace, because I do know what happens to Ace eventually, which is kind of sad, because I didn't want to go into One Piece without hardly any spoilers. But I watched like a random YouTube sad anime moments, and I saw a sad anime moment, and I was like, oh crap. So yeah, I got spoiled. Anyways though, so yeah, we got to meet Ace, which is cool. But all in all, this whole story was fine. Like I said, I thought I liked it better than East Blue. East Blue was a 3 out of 5. I was told before the time skip, most of them are not, like, they're all right. But I heard, I think is it Marine 4? I think it's what it's called, or is it starts with a W. There's 2 of them that I know that people talk about that are like the best arcs of One Piece, and I'm looking forward to those. I don't know why I keep thinking Wango, but it's definitely not called Wango. I don't know why. Wango sounds like a fruit. Anyways, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, all in all, I did enjoy it. It was better than East Blue, but it's still not like, damn, this is groundbreaking. This is amazing. I'm gonna keep reading it. I don't know when I'm gonna get to the 3rd arc, but I will eventually, probably sometime next year. I got other manga that I actually want to read and finish. Like, I'm gonna try and finish Berserk in the next following months, because there's only 2 arcs left of that, so I want to get through that, and so on and so forth. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, I do appreciate it. Make sure you check out all my socials down below. And last but not least, make sure you guys stay safe, stay hungry, and tell someone you love them. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.